Hi, welcome. In this video, I want to take a few minutes to talk about dealing with multiple dogs, okay, within the home environment. And again, I encounter people all the time, dog owners all the time, who have more than one dog. And it can be very challenging, okay, based again on the dynamics involved, okay, especially where, what happens is they'll identify one dog as more of a problem. Okay, that's kind of how things kind of get triggered to need, professional help. Say, okay, one dog is at, really getting almost aggressive, dog fights going on, but they'll kind of pick out, one dog is more of a problem and kind of see the other dogs as kind of okay. Okay. And again, step into these situations, understand that it's never okay. Okay. It's like typically, okay, this is how you want to think. All the dogs have gained a level of control at some level. That's always the way it goes down. Just that, one dog will have a higher level of social need, okay, which means that they're fueling, okay, they're actually, it's like a supply source, they're fueling off of the other dogs, and it's kind of escalates the situation, okay. But again, understand that when you're dealing with more than one dog, and people will get more than one dog because they're dog lovers, right? They look at it as like, well, I want to keep the other dog company, and again, going towards the, parenting example is the example, which is helpful. It's like, for me, when I had my 3 kids, they're not kids anymore, they're adults, but, they're all within like a year apart. It definitely had challenges, but it had a lot of benefits too, because, it's like being able for them to all play together, and it was really good in a lot of ways in terms of just socially and stuff. It had a lot of great things went along with that, but a lot of challenges too. Now here's the thing that you want to look at in terms of those challenges, okay, talking about dogs as social animals, okay, in terms of behavioral problems, okay, it's all about, just like parenting, it's all about fading in as an individual. Understand that one of the themes here when you're dealing with these type of situations is that you bring the focus on kind of the worst offender, okay, the dog that's gained more control has hit kind of like the tipping point, but you have to find a way, okay, to create a type of structure or environment where you can fade in individually, okay, in terms of change perceptions of all the dogs. And then, because again, understand, once it's hit this level, then them interacting with each other, which a lot of times owners see as play, it's a very bad kind of interpretation, right? Because what happens is it doesn't put you in a position to actually fade in or change, because dogs already have a relationship established, and you're trying to break through that, okay, you're trying to fade in, you're trying to kind of reshuffle the deck, and you have to break those connections for a period of time, okay, while you fade in. But here's the other challenge, is that people get into their routines, in terms of their daily life and how they see the relationship that way. And so sometimes this can go on for months or years, where this is slowly escalating, getting worse over time. And then when you get to a point needing professional help, it's very challenging because they have a certain routine now, right? They see things a certain way, the dogs interacting together, and so it kind of goes against their idea of things. And you have to get the dog owners to see things clearly, to say, hold on here a second, yeah, you got one problem, but they're all that, how they're interacting together, be like siblings interacting together, is like, if your goal is to fade in to get ahead of all of them, you have to fade in, you have to approach them as individuals, you have to rotate them, okay, this is where the structure comes in, this is where crates come in, okay, and maybe even more than one crate, okay, so that you can start to gain traction, you can start to reverse course, okay, and it could take time, because understand, there's also too, once you start to change, once you start changing your parenting style, and it's no different than a child offering like challenge and kind of kickback to the fact that you're changing. You'll see dogs do the same thing. They know you're changing, they get more desperate, because now it becomes like a supply source that's where they gain fulfillment from and through, okay, through the other dogs and through you, okay, and they're not going to like it, okay. So, but again, understand that how it is that things can look really good or appear to be, it's only, a lot of times only because they're already in full control. Okay, why do they have to fight over something that they already have control of? Okay, I mean, think about it. It's very interesting, but that's how it goes down. Okay, I understand it's all about context. But understand something here. When you deal with more than one dog, okay, you have to see things the right way. Okay, you have to start to, approach them as individuals. You have to find a way, okay, to start to fade in, but through the method. Understand that, again, I talk about bringing more than one crate online. Understand this is all temporary. This isn't like forever. It could be a while. I mean, if you got, say 3 pit bulls, okay, and you're at that level where now you got dog fights going on, then you got to really kind of lock it down for quite a while, probably, until you truly know, okay, that you have that level of control. So this is where, again, moving forward too, and starting to look at the freedom part where they start to interact more off leash together. This is where you have to really be on it. Okay, you can't just let them come together at all. You start off by putting them in the downs, with space and distance between them. Start off with the 2 dogs, have one still in the crate. You have to say 3 dogs, or 2 dogs. 2 dogs. But you have to do it in such a way that, okay, it's like you're starting to rebuild bridges. Okay, but to have that assurity, right, where the dogs start to relax, really start to let it go, start to look at you differently. So when they're free, right, you can tell different. Anytime you're in there, you're in the mix. It's like getting in their airspace differently. So important. So again, I'll just say that multiple dogs can be a challenge, but it's all about understanding the method, okay, structure, how to incorporate that in so that you start to fade in the right way. Thanks for watching.